I'm Daniil Medvedev, and this is my journey in winning 2020 Nitto ATP Finals.
Hello and a warm welcome to London for the very last time as we look to crown the 2020 champion here at the 50th anniversary of the Nitto ATP Finals.
The man of the moment, make no mistake.
A nice way to finish from Daniil Medvedev.
Yeah, for sure in 2020 I wanted to do better than 2019. The thing about tennis is that when you win something, you can lose the next week and you're gonna forget your win. And the thing about coming in 2020 to ATP Finals was that I couldn't do worse than in 2019.
What a remarkable turnaround.
So I had not much pressure, and at the same time I had the experience of being there in London, of knowing what it is to play straight away from the first match against a top 10 opponent, because that doesn't happen in any other tournament.
Best 8 players in the world competing for one of the most prestigious trophies in the sport.
Well, first of all, we played against Sasha in Paris final, and it was a very tough match. And I just tried to bring this confidence from beating him in the final to this first match, because this match was, I think, really important for us. We both had Novak in the group. And even if I managed to beat him later, still, when you have Novak in the group, you know that every other match is maybe even more important. We were both pretty nervous, but finally it was, in my opinion, a very high-level match where I managed to have the edge.
There aren't too many guys playing better tennis than Medvedev at the moment. Finishes in style. That's a significant win for Daniil Medvedev. He's beaten the 2018 champion in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4. Here we go then, backstage. Welcome once more to live pictures from the O2. Medvedev up against Djokovic.
I think everything I wanted to do worked pretty well. Let's be honest, it was definitely not the best match of Novak's career, but that's what happens many times. And I remember that, I was on top of my game at this moment. Didn't miss much, didn't give many opportunities to my opponents, and it was enough that day to beat Novak in 2 sets.
And we are looking forward to what should be another great battle between 2 of the top 4 players in the world. Threads the needle, what a backhand. It's a third double fault. What an angle he was able to create each point, Medvedev. The third victory of his career against the world #1 Novak Djokovic. He will be full of confidence heading into Saturday's semi-finals.
Yeah, now that the 2020 and 2019 is over, it's actually funny to look back on these 2 matches, because I felt like in 2019, in my opinion, I had the little, let's say, edge on Rafa. I played a little bit better. Rafa is always there, he's always fighting. And finally we're back there, same court, 1 year later. And after the match, I was like, yeah, that's kind of a revenge, if we can say it like this, because it's the same court and exactly the same tournament, and now I managed to win.
He's turned this match around. Medvedev looking for his first victory over the Spaniard. It is a first victory over Rafael Nadal for Daniil Medvedev, and it takes him into his very first final here in London.
The feelings were great. The only thing is that I think with Rafa we finished, if it was not after midnight, it was definitely really close to being midnight. So the wake up was pretty tough for the final. I was feeling a bit rusty, my body was not feeling well after a tough match. But I knew that, it's a final of an ATP Finals, so I need to be at my best. And the match was actually one of the most remarkable matches of my career.
After an entertaining 7 days full of thrills and spills, it's the world #3 Dominic Thiem up against the world #4 Daniil Medvedev.
He was all over me, playing better in the beginning of the match.
Oh, you're joking. A huge slice of luck. Medvedev is in control of the point. You can see the disappointment that eventually turns into a smile.
I managed the second set to save some important break points, and that's where the match turned a little bit. I started to feel that now I have my chance, and I started to play better, move better, I started to feel less fatigue. And finally, when I look back, it was one of the best matches of my career.
4 opportunities to put this set to bed.
Game the second set.
Needs just the one. 7 points in a row.
30 love in the game. I made a great serve. I thought it would be 40 love. I think I made a serve on the line. He somehow got to it and returned deep, played a point, and then we're 30 all. And then we're 40-30. I'm like, I think many times on match point that's what happens. You're like, just need the first serve. I just need it in. And I remember I decided to go wide to his backhand. Worked pretty well. He missed it, and yeah, I was pretty happy.
It's a championship point for Medvedev. Daniil Medvedev is the Nitto ATP Finals champion.
For sure, winning titles like ATP Finals against the best players in the world, and I actually managed to beat the top 3 seeds there. It's amazing for the confidence, and that's where you're like, okay, I'm able to do it. It means any tournament you can do it.
And now, the 2020 Nitto ATP Finals champion, Daniil Medvedev. Congratulations to Daniil Medvedev.